wreck and ruin shall follow in my wake.
Now that's all we have time for.
This is a mobile defense mission. You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you. Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Use that reactant to open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Behold, your ruin.
Make sure you spray all the dog hair and soap off into the corner where everything drains. And take off the leash and the collar and put it with the dog stuff with the soap and put the towels in the laundry.
Area completed. Move on. This will only get more difficult. Get to a terminal.
Okay, well then
and
leave that on
prepare
her,
for
but
enemy
take the rest of the
resistance.
stuff. Hey Light Phoenix Angel, how you doing?
Marines inbound. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare to defend.
Pardon me.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Yeah, pretty good.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Now you serve a purpose. Meat.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. We are finished here. Move on. Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Not even a challenge for my conscripts.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
What a waste. Naught but your corpses will remain before me.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno. Tenno, your codex has been updated with a new quest.
The Prime Vanguard, the pride of Empire. And the end of it. Hell of a thing. By the glory and wisdom of the Seven, yada yada yada.
Eliminate all Corpus threats. Void Fissures. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? You're near a fissure.
This being more of a challenge.
Defeat the Corrupted, and use their reactant to open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
You shall all become dust and ash.
Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
The correct answer was to run. I will sit upon a throne of your making.
There we go.
Another job well executed.
Yeah, we did not get what we wanted. So that puts us at 38, so back to Requiem Relics again. Okay. Back to Requiem Relics it is. I think we're gonna go with the Exterminate on that one. I like that. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice indeed.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Chaff. Nothing more. bothering me. You've failed your betters.
Hey Chance, welcome in, welcome in. What are you up to? Anything exciting?
Now you serve a purpose. Meet.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Idiot! Did you not have the sense to flee?
Another job well executed.
That's 51. 49 more. Snowboard's on. Cool.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. We're near a fissure. Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Nothing more. Had you thought to stop me?
Now she's done. So she can do whatever it is you have for her, or whatever she wants.
Heads up, a Grineer assault team is headed your way.
You have failed your betters. How clever you must think you are. I would have retreated.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Hey Ed, thank you for the lurk. Much appreciated.
Another job well executed.
He's 6, so we need 34 more.
There is a large platoon of Grineer Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
You serve a purpose. Meet. I remember this being more of a challenge.
Due to difficult work conditions, we've added a suggestion box to the distillery. To receive a
Be gone.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
More!
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction. Watch yourself. Grenier are on the way. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
That's 79. All right. Run it again.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic?
Behold!
My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area. but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. A Fisher. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
The correct answer was to run. You have failed your betters. Pardon me.
Oh, it's the damn roller things, man.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Curious worker K97 writes, Your Majesty, what are some delicious ways?
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
What a waste. How far you have fallen.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Now you serve.
Another job well executed.
Meat.
That's actually enough for another run. All right, so that's 104. Good, good, good. Let's run it again. Prime Resurgence.
If you're here for relics, you might have to crack a few before you get what you're after. Here, fresh from the past.
I can technically pull that disruption off on my own.
Operator, incoming transmission. It's from Fortuna.
Allied Faye's selling the latest in asset security. Conduits. Put the key in, and you can pull the shinies out. Trick is, you've got to wait to open. Something happens to the conduit before you can pull the goods. You don't get the goods. Ever. Also, the bleeders Allied sold the tech to will try to kill ya. Give that console the old bypass so we can get this thing started.
Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
This isn't your regular vault job. Allied Faye sold the conduits with interference routines specifically designed for the Tenno. Don't you worry though. I've got some workarounds. Conduit keys are carried by high-ranking muckety mucks. Knock 'em down. See what they've got.
A Fisher. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics.
Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
Defeat the corrupted and use their reactant to open a relic. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
There we go, finally.
Let me save you from your own stupidity. I will pick my teeth with your bones.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
You shall all become dust and ash.
There it is.
The
It's
relic
cracked.
has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Fiddling with an incoming routine. How's that feel?
I would have retreated.
Got a few seconds before the system resets. We can take them again. Game? Bulk signal returns. Dig in. You got out while you still could. Smart move.
All right. Back to Requiem relics we go.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Your ruin.
Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. The corrupted enemies are dropping reactant. Collect it to open your void relic. Keep
There
fighting.
it is.
Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
Out of my way. I will salt the ground beneath your feet. shall all become dust and ash.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Another job well executed.
$23.19. That's gonna be 44. No, 42. So 42. So 38 more. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
To run.
My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. You're near a fissure. Defeat the corrupted and use their reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Behold, your ruin. You've failed your betters. Bad form. I would have retreated. Good. I was becoming restless.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
We somehow got less void traces than every single run prior to that. In spite of it being an extermination mission. Like, what the actual fuck, man?
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. A Fisher. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. Use that reactant to open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Well done, Tenno. Your relic is opened.
Had you thought to stop me? Run while you still have your lives. Be gone.
Is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Another job well executed.
How are we going down? What the actual hell? The number hasn't changed on how many people we have to kill or how many void traces we need, or how many reactant we need. So why is my void trace going down? What the fuck is that? I fucking hate games that cannot be fucking consistent at all. That's like my biggest complaint with Warframe in general, is the inconsistencies that they have. It's literally the same exact fucking mission.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
For my
There are Void Fishers in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area. but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. The enemies are dropping reactant. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
A feast of flesh for Golfgore. Let me save you from your own stupidity.
Marines inbound.
Now you serve a purpose. Meet.
You are part of the corruption, and we are forced to act.
You have only succeeded in annoying me. More!
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
What's one?
Another job well executed.
That one gives me 23. I literally am just doing the same exact mission. What the fuck with the inconsistencies here? I did not do a single thing different. I mean, to join, you're welcome to. I'm literally just farming out void traces until I hit 100, and then going and running a single relic, and then coming back and running Requiem relics until I hit 100, and rinsing and repeating. Adds. Okay. Only if it helped. AKA if you want. Okay, so that's two different questions.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Pardon me.
There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Corrupted foes are dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
And you thought to stop me? If you'll excuse me. Not even a
You
chance.
have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Hey Ponder, thank you for the lurk.
Marines inbound.
Okay. So go to this place, it's a dead end that doesn't go anywhere, but we need you to be below it, okay? What the actual fuck, DE? Still can't go there. It's crazy. It's almost like DE forgot to complete the motherfucking path. Literally, the map shows us to go this way. This dead ends too. Aha, there we go. Holy shit, man. They should really stop letting civilians design shit like fortresses.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Enough for another run.
Let's talk about the good stuff. For old time's sake. Memory's a tricksy thing, but I think you'll do fine.
But hiring fine. Let's see. Clip that dumb icon thing. No idea what you're talking about. Hey, but hiring vets as a layout designs might actually help people and get vets more job. That's the opposite of how gaming execs think. True. True. You don't know what I'm talking about? Nope, no idea what you're talking about. The gripe you just made about going in the wrong direction? Oh, you mean the map marker for where the extraction is that we're supposed to go to that was not...
Open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? My intel suggests...
Hold on, we got 6 minutes of fucking Lotus talking about to herself and about herself.
Their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Okay. Yeah, no, the icon was telling me to go through walls rather than telling me to go through doorways or pathways.
A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactant to open relics. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
And I totally picked the wrong mission.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Pardon me.
You know, I've been running for these for an hour, and I haven't had a single Parazon mod drop in that hour that I've been running this. I think that's pretty interesting.
Not even a challenge for my conscripts.
Those little tracker ball things, they, on the exterminate mission, they come out of a tower, by the way. It's an automated defense that you can't wipe out and you can't destroy, and even if you find a way to magically wreck them, they go ahead and reactivate them and repair the tower as if nothing was ever done to it. But during exterminate missions, they end up telling you to go where those balls are for killing enemies, even though they are not registering as part of the kill count overall for the mission. if they're not gonna count as kill count for an exterminate mission, you should probably fucking start removing them or stop having them marked with objective markers. Hot damn, DE. You guys are batting a fucking 1,000 today. No wonder you had to do a hot fix yesterday. Or 2 days ago, rather.
Heads up. A Grenier assault team is headed your way.
How far you have fallen. What a waste.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction.
Now you serve a purpose.
Another job well executed.
Good job, DE. Fucking good job. Strange. I subscribed, but nothing said it. I'm assuming you turn off the... I can't turn off the notification, so no. So no. It sounds like Twitch is having issues then if you just subscribed and it didn't say anything. But thank you for the subscription. Yeah, no. Twitch didn't notify me. I haven't touched settings of any kind. When you're doing like Waikuva Fortress, I need void traces, and I know that I'm gonna need Parazon mods to get the rest of the Kuva weapons and Tenet weapons. So figured why not do it there? And everyone hates running Kuva Fortress, and nobody's on, or at least nobody's joining me. So figured I'll go do what everyone hates, so that way save the stuff that people enjoy doing for whenever anyone wants to play with me or show up. But I need void traces for Prime Resurgence. Same thing happening when I sub to your channel. Weird. Heck, you good to know. Parazon mod, like glitches ones from regular ones. Or like... Why would I be doing Requiem relic runs on the Kuva Fortress for Invis hacking and mercy killing ones? Out of curiosity. Kuva Fortress entirety is just bad in my opinion. That's a fact. It is. It is an awfully designed, shitty location that's just filled with more bugs than most of the game. Which is, again, why most people don't like doing it. But it's something that, if I am going to run by myself, I can go run it. I gotta farm these relics out anyways. Motherfucker, I just did it again.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marine stationed.
You're watching a kid, and that's why I'm not. Oh, you don't have to explain it. Real life first. I wasn't calling you out specifically. I was just making a factual statement of observation.
This embryonic fluid injector has been recalibrated to wreak havoc on Tile Regor's cloning operation. Defend the injector for as long as possible to ensure maximum damage. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant.
You've afraid.
Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic.
Behold, your ruin.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
What a waste.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home. There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. You're near a fissure. Use that reactant to open a relic. The reactant is working on your relic. Find more. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
And you thought to stop me?
You found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2 more faint hints.
Idiot! Did you not have the sense to flee?
It's a stupid fucking tracker balls again.
I'm detecting a large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
And ash.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I remember.
The enemy is broken. Well done. Now get to extraction. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
And look at that, our first Parazon mod in an hour and a half. Alright, so that's 50, 60, so 40 more, and then we can do another run. Yes, this one I have singles on, right? Yeah.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Even a challenge.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? My intel suggests there are rich enemy supply caches in the area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk. You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. They're dropping reactant. Use it to crack open a relic. Don't forget the reactant. You need more to open that relic. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. You found the first resource cache. I'm detecting 2 more faint hints.
If we see them, fantastic, but we're not going to go out of our way for them.
Answer was to run. I will salt the ground beneath your feet.
The enemy is broken.
There we
Well
go.
done. Now get to extraction. Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
So 84. Okay, so 16 more. Okay. Guess we're doing the assault. I think this is the one where you have to take control of the cannon thing.
The Queen's Fortress is using a friendly colony near Jupiter as target practice for its new long-distance artillery. Breach the fortress and destroy the cannon. The fortress entrance
No.
is heavily
The
reinforced.
fuck?
You'll need that multicoil to destroy the gates.
Why are we not doing our spin?
Right
There
now,
we
the Navarre
go.
cannon is just a menace, but once the Grenier switch to tectonic munitions, it will become capable of obliterating colonies in a single shot. Watch out! I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? You're near a fissure.
And you thought to stop me?
Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. Keep fighting. Look for more reactant. Clamp the multicoil on the doors. The multicoil is superheating the locking mechanism. Defend it from attack.
If you'll excuse me.
The gates are down. Get to the Navarre cannon. The Grenier know we're here for the cannon. They're priming one last shot with a tectonic round that is capable of destroying the colony in one hit. Do not let that happen.
Out of my way. Naught but your corpses will remain before me.
Does internet porn know you're cheating on it?
There's the notification. Nice.
Flash for golf.
I wonder why there was such a massive delay there. That's kind of weird. You had to share the anniversary. Oh, so because... So the notification was conditional on whether or not you wanted to share the anniversary of it. The streak for it. Okay. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Okay, so what did that actually accomplish? Anything?
You've
No?
failed your betters.
Weird.
on, Tenno. Your relic is opened. That's it. The Grineer are no longer in control of their cannon. Now it's time to turn their weapon back on them. Head to the control center. The command center controls the Navarre cannon's telemetry systems. Use it to take out that galleon. This is the command center. You'll need to locate all 3 of the telemetry keys. Insert that telemetry key into the console.
Idiot! Did you not have the sense to flee? Very well.
You found a key. Take it to the console. That's the first key. Good. One more to go. You found a key. Take it to the console.
You shall all become...
That's it. We have triangulation. Protect the console while I reprogram the cannon's telemetry.
Hey, Bear. Can you hear me, Bear?
Sorry. My mic was off, sorry. I'm like, hey, Scare, what's going on, man? Got halfway through my statement and went, oh, crap, I didn't turn my mic on. In other words, I was squeezing the trigger and the safety was still on. I just kidding. Just messing around.
The cannon's telemetry has been reconfigured. Return to the cannon and pull the trigger.
We just got up. 1 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that.
Nice. Very nice.
I made some pancakes.
The galleon has been obliterated. Now return to the telemetry system and make sure the cannon stays silent.
Gonna try and write a spoof or a parody of a song to fit Warframe.
The targeting mechanism is out of commission. The cannon is useless.
Kind of like the Weird Al
Grineer will
stuff,
think
you know,
long
with
and
Star
hard before
Wars.
trying to use this weapon again.
No, be careful. YouTube doesn't acknowledge parody law.
Right.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Okay, got that.
Hold on a second.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dead by Dare says, yo, just watched the movie The Rip. It's really damn good. Nice. I'm watching the Terminator series with my oldest.
If you're here for relics, you might have to crack a few before you get what you're after. Memory's a tricksy thing, but I think you'll do fine.
Those are fun series.
The Terminator series?
Yep.
Yeah, they have the first one on Netflix right now. So I watched it with her last night, and then she decided she really liked it and wanted to watch the others. So Pixie went and got all of them except for, I think it's Genesis is the only one that the library didn't have. So we'll get through all of those, and then I'll see about purchasing it or something for her to watch it. I want to say it's like the 5th one in the series. No, it's the one just before Dark Fate, whatever number that is. So I know there's Terminator, Judgment Day, Rise of the Machines. There's another one after that. Salvation, I think it is.
I forget all of them. I can't keep anything straight anymore. Start taking some ginkgo or something.
Yeah, she said she wants to watch all the Terminator, and then when the Terminator series is done, then she wants to start the Predator series. And then when that's done, she wants to watch the Alien series because she thinks she'll be ready for it
embryonic
then.
fluid injector has been recalibrated to wreak havoc on Tile Rigor's cloning operation.
That's cool.
Defend
Yep.
the injector for as long as possible.
And this was all like her idea that she came up with.
Void fissures. You need them to open
Gotcha.
the relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
And when she had the Kyle Reese character explain Skynet and what happened in the future, she was like, "Do the people making AI not watch this movie?"
We are ready in
Right?
reinforcements.
I just had
Keep fighting,
just
Shadow.
had that conversation the other day with my daughter. I'm like, you realize, like, everything from like Logan's Run
The corrupted enemies are dropping
to,
reactant.
you know, like A Clockwork Orange,
Don't forget the
to
reactant.
2001 Space Odyssey, to Terminator, right? To Back to the Future, right? You know, is all what we're living today. Right? I mean, it cracks me up.
I would have retreated.
People wonder
I
why
think-
we want to live in the.
Go ahead.
Yes, people wonder why we want to live in the woods and, you know, fallout shelters with no electricity.
And it's always 100% scientists' fault.
Yep. It was all in the name of science.
Yep. Jeff Goldblum explains it the best, and he did it in Jurassic Park, actually, where he goes,
Yep.
all the time you were asking, can we do this? No one ever stopped to ask, should we do this?
Right. Well, they did. They just saw the dollar signs behind it and went, bug it. Dang. That's, yeah. The almighty dollar for you right there.
You have failed your betters.
I don't know. I think scientists, because that's another very stereotypic thing that happens with scientists. They develop this really fucked up thing, and then it's used to wreak havoc and mass destruction on a population of human beings. And then they go, "Oh my god, I'm a monster!" And it's just like, well, what the fuck did you think it was going to be used for?
Ask Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Like, ask, you know, I am now the bringer of death. You know, the destroyer of worlds. You know, quoting the, you know, Hamabatra.
I become death.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
You know,
Reinforcements available. Do
What?
you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
you know, you know, yes, it stopped World War II, and yes, it stopped us from losing countless and countless and countless of lives, but MacArthur was ready to invade the shoreline of Japan.
We're done here. The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
So, you know. See, how long was it from the time that the Russians supposedly found Hitler dead, committing suicide, to us dropping, you know, Fat Boy and Little Man, or Little Man and Fat Boy?
Well, they didn't find him. They found a pile of ashes that were told were him. However, genetically, we definitively proved that he died in, I believe it was Argentina, of a heart attack.
Right.
So there's that. And then the other issue there is that from the very beginning, before the United States actually got involved, Roosevelt asked one simple question. How do we stop the Germans? Because the Germans were the problem, Japanese were a side effect.
Exactly.
And that's why all the war effort was pushed into Europe. All the main body stuff was pushed into Europe first. The Pacific theater was, we'll let the Navy handle it out there, of course, and we'll give them a handful of Army guys to support. Yep. But once Europe was done and then the main threat was eliminated, that's when they went, okay, let's just deal with this side effect as quickly as possible now.
Pretty much. That's what I'm getting at. Right? Yeah. That's...
This is a mobile defense mission. You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic? We're near a fissure.
Oh, here's a good question.
Okay.
My buddy and I kind of got into a debate the other day.
Okay.
What is the most reliable handgun in the world?
We have got to find a terminal.
Unfortunately, it's Glock.
Proceed and prepare.
Actually,
So
no.
you would...
Wait. Okay, so Glock is the most reliable. It is going to do what you want it to do. However, when Glock breaks, it breaks. Ruger and Luger both, because it's really the same fucking company. Just different eras. That weapon system is stupidly fucking reliable, but when it breaks, it can be fixed at an operator level quickly and easily.
You have failed your betters.
But Ruger and Luger both require higher skill sets to be able to operate because it's designed for professionals, not people who don't know what they do, so they're going to have a lot more negligent discharges. But as far as like a weapon that's going to work without fucking maintenance, Glock. And it makes me mad that that's the answer, but facts are facts. Glock will work with the least amount of fucking maintenance. Unfortunately.
How about the 6-hour 226 Mark 25?
The SIG's a great weapon system and all, but the problem you're going to run into, and that is currently going on with SIG, is the fact that it's negligently discharging while it's sitting in holsters.
Okay.
In fact, there was a sailor, active duty sailor, who was shot by a SIG sitting in a fucking holster that nobody was touching.
Wow. That's weird.
Yep. It's a consistent issue right now in law enforcement and military because the military thought that it would be a good idea to switch from the Beretta to the SIG, and now they're having people getting shot by the SIG that's just sitting in holsters.
Okay.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare.
How about an 1849-45 long Colt Derringer?
I'm in, Tenno.
Well, revolvers are a different category. Leave the question with pistols.
I said handgun.
Stay focused.
Handguns. Okay. Well, then, if we're going to include revolvers, then name a revolver. There you go. It's more reliable than any semi-automatic in existence.
Correct. Smith & Wesson J-frame, right? Ultralight, 5-shot, 357, hammerless.
Yeah.
Right? 3 times more reliable than a Glock.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're including revolvers win that argument without a doubt. Every single time. Doesn't matter what the revolver is or what the semi-automatic is. Revolver wins.
Every time, right? Less moving parts.
Yep.
Okay. So then I threw in there, since it is a handgun, 45, 410, Derringer. Got 2 moving parts.
Finish your mission to
Yeah.
find out what's inside.
Right? Mm-hmm. That it breaks open. There's more than 2 parts, but it breaks open. You put 2 shells in it, and you pull the hammer back, and you pull the trigger, and it.
We are finished here.
I would say that it has the least amount of moving parts in it, making it the most reliable weapon ever made.
There's an argument there, yeah.
Right? So I was like, okay, let's find out find out exactly where all the knowledge is, right?
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position.
That was an interesting conversation that I had with the guy.
You fools!
What would I like to carry?
I'm in,
A Benchmade.
This will take a moment.
I mean, at that point, just get those spring-loaded knives that the Spetsnaz carry.
Exactly. Standard Chris Reeves. Nice Benchmade. You and I are similar in the way that we do things and how we get there. Once we get there, you and I do things differently, but getting
Stay focused.
I don't like repeating myself. That's why we do things differently. So I make it a brutal message that generations will tell stories about, so I don't have to repeat it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Behold, your ruin.
Yeah. I was asked the other day what my favorite rifle was, or what my go-to rifle is. I said absolutely
The Galil.
Seiko TRG 42 338 Lapua Mag.
But the Galil has AR controls and ergonomics on the left side of the weapon system. It has the AK control and mechanisms on the right. And then the charging handle is the Scar charging handle. It's literally the best of all 3 platforms combined into one that shoots NATO rounds, which means the rounds are also super accessible. And they're designed for accuracy, not stopping power. Which, if you're using a fucking rifle, I don't need you to stop because I'm engaging you far enough where I can put enough rounds in you that you will stop before you reach me.
I'm gonna say 1,400 yards with a 338. We're good. 300 blackout.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
We're good.
Yep. But yeah, no, the Galil is the universally easiest to use weapon system because everybody either is trained in AK or they're trained in AR, and Galil has both. And then it has the really good charging handle from the Scar design.
Yep. Yep. In full agreement there.
Yep. Now, it'll always come down to shooting preference at the end of the day. As superior as a weapon system as that is, you can take to anybody trained in any fighting style.
Continue to defend.
I personally still like my M4.
Oh, dude, H&K 416 all day long.
What's that? I can never remember the nomenclature one of it, but it's the one designed for wet environments, and it's an AR platform style designed for wet environments. It's got I want to say it's like a 9-inch barrel on it. It's a short one, short, compact, designed for moist environments.
Mission complete.
Lewis Machine. I mean, there's several manufacturers. There's Daniel Defense. There's Lewis Machine and Tools. There's LMRCs.
SEALs were using it in the beginning of the global war on terror.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the name of that one?
I
The
forget.
Israelis use it. Their special forces use it now. Damn, I can't remember the name of it.
Another job well executed.
Let me see here.
I'm looking it up. It's all good. Oh, the SHTF.
SHTF.
TF. Yep. Yep. And I forget what that acronym stands for. And I forget who manufactured it.
Oh. That's just people's generic shit hit the fan rifle for the end of the apocalypse. That's their generic catch-all.
Yeah, that's their all around.
It's the HK 416.
Yeah, that's what the H&K 416. That's what I said the first time. But that's that hands down guaranteed one of the best weapon systems ever fucking made.
Yeah, I love that gun. That gun's amazing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put that in 5.56 with 70s with okay, so that and 5.56 with 77 grain projectiles on it. I'm gonna put a Night Force scope on top of it. Okay, I'm gonna have 1 o'clock iron sights, and I'm gonna put a TSR2 can on the front of it with an 11-inch barrel.
See, I would run the old school ACOG on it with a Surefire attached to a pressure switch with a vertical pistol grip in the front with a PEC 14 infrared laser system.
Yep.
Let's see, it's also we need to drop it on the back plate because it's the primer that gets hit. Yeah, the other issue with the SIG is when it gets dropped on its back plate, it sends the primer, the firing pin forward. That's another issue with its design.
Yep.
Revolver is more reliable. Ocelot revolver gritting with pride. I mean, it's a fact. They're not going to jam on you. They're not going to misfire. If anything, if you ever fire a revolver and it doesn't shoot the round, it's not the revolver. It's the round.
Yep. It's not the magazine. You know, it's yeah. It's not the magazine. It's not the firing pin. Yeah.
I love those kids that think they're badass and they have they make the TikTok videos of them with their revolvers and shit, but then they have like an extended magazine that they're also holding on to with this gun, and it's just like, you know, those two things don't go together, right?
Right. You know. Yeah.
This is a mobile
To be honest, one of my favorite guns to shoot is the 1851 Navy Colt pistol.
Be prepared for
cap
heavy
and ball.
resistance. I can't do this without you.
32 caliber.
Detecting void fissures nearby.
You know what
Do you
I
have
would
a
like to
magic
get
relic?
is that is it the
A fissure. Defend yourself and use adaptive to open
1887 trench
Terminal spotted.
rifle? Is the lever action trench
Upload
12 gauge shotgun
defend.
that we used?
Failed your betters.
I want to get me one of those.
I'm in 10 out.
I have a
This will take
I have a
moment.
copy of that was given to me. So in the
surrounded by
20s,
predators.
the Sears and Roebuck company got with Stoker, and they made a bolt action 12 gauge goose gun. So it's a bolt action shotgun with a 3-round magazine
Corrupted enemies
and a
are dropping
30-inch
reactors.
barrel.
Collect it to
And
open
I
your
did.
void relic.
I just absolutely love the damn thing. It was given to me in pieces. I had to actually had to go to Gun Parts
Still working
Corp
on
or
it.
Numeric
Continue to defend.
and order the parts of the magazine because the magazine was broken. So I welded up the original magazine and then bought an
Challenge to my
aftermarket one.
conscripts.
But why would you want a bolt-action shotgun at that range? The being able to reload and fire the next round, like time's precious at that range.
Well, no. I'm just saying that the French version is a lot shorter. It's only got an 18-inch barrel.
Well, they're not expecting to fire theirs.
Right. They just, lay it. They just lay it down and open a bottle of wine and grab some cheese and,
What's that joke? I have a World War II French infantry rifle for sale. It's never been fired and only dropped once.
Right, exactly. So that's what we said about the AK-47s that Century Arms brought back from Iraq.
Yeah, those dudes were like full on surrendering to fucking reporters and shit.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. I mean, Century Arms brought back what was it? 350,000 AKs. Century Arms sold them to the United States public at places like Big Five for $99. And then just after that, we get an assault weapons ban.
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Our state just lowered the gun purchase age limit from 21 to 18
For handguns?
for everything.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, you only have to be
Still working on
wow.
it.
You only have to be
Continue
18
to
to buy a
defend.
shotgun or a rifle.
Yep, nope. Everything in this state is now 18, and the argument was made is that we are sending 18-year-olds to war, and our 18-year-olds have more weapon training than most adults.
Yep.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
What?
I agree for it. I can vote for the president of the United States, and he can send me to war at 18 years old, but I can't carry a sidearm. I'm in full agreement. I can go die for our country between 18 and 21.
And you still have to go through like the background checks, the mental evaluations. Like you still have to do all the normal security things. You can just do it at 18 now.
That's cool.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, the world has seen no better fighting force than a bunch of pissed off 18-year-old Americans.
I don't know, the SAS may have something to say about that, but what's their rivalry? They make up in skill what they lack in equipment.
Correct. I don't know if SAS pulled off what we pulled off, but
Defend our position.
that's another argument, right?
Well, that's because of technology limitations, let's be honest.
This will take a moment.
If the SAS had the exact budget that any of our special forces groups have, like, they would be amazing. They would probably be more terrifying than some of our groups. It's just the budget that restricts them.
Yeah, right? That's what kills it all. Here's the other thing that I mentioned about the Glock, and as far as the Glock is concerned, okay, it's oval loading chamber. Okay, you can't reload the rounds out of it. You'll reload like 1 out of 10. One out of 10, maybe 2 or 3 out of 10 will go back through the press.
Continue to defend.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna win a war with the Glock when you gotta reproduce new ammunition for it every time?
Stay focused. There's a
guerrilla tactics. Take it off your enemies.
Okay, right? Yeah. That's why we choose different chambers.
Yep.
I still do not like the tactics of the United States military going away from 308 and 45 to 5.56 and 9mm.
It has to do with our tradition and our heritage. We prize the lone marksman, the lone rifleman, over the effectiveness of everyone else. But the problem is that we find that Americans tend to get into longer engagements than the rest of the fucking world. When we do get into big engagements, and those longer engagements means we need more ammunition, and our soldiers need to be able to endure the recoil from their weapon systems for longer periods of time. And a lighter round means we can carry more ammunition and has lower recoil, which means physically they can take the punishment of the recoil for longer durations of time and stay in the fight longer than most.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Let's see. Ponder says, I've shot a 1918 elephant gun. 12-gauge shotgun built for using 12-gauge Magnum shells. It was essentially just a regular 12-gauge, just really old. Man. Have you shot a 8-gauge before?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I have. And a 10.
Those fucking things hurt.
Dude, okay, so I've got an 1858 Sharps and 45 110. Okay. Right? Not 4570, not 4590, 45 110. Thing's gigantic, right? It's almost $3 a round to shoot. Okay. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't hurt like that. Like when you shoot it, it's weird. It's like you pull the trigger and like 5 seconds later, the round feels like it goes off. Because there's 110 grains of black powder in it. You know what I mean? But, yeah, it's the next day.
Well, the next day, then you get that weird bruise that's down your bicep, and it's like, I know damn well that's not where the shoulder stock was.
Exactly. Right. You know.
This is a mobile defense mission.
So that I mean, I remember the first time I fired the Macmillan 50, and it's just 50 BMG and a bolt action rifle, early 90s, and yeah, that hurts. I don't care who you are, that hurts.
You found Fisher. Look out for reactant.
The 338, that Lapua mag, man. If you don't have anything on the ass end of that rifle, it hurts. 330, 300 blackout, 300 wind mag. All of those rounds, they don't play.
We have got to find
6.8 Creed. That hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend. I'm in, Tenno.
Yeah.
This will take a moment.
I mean, even such, it's like, when we go out duck hunting, right?
I will sit on a throne of your making.
Number 4 shot out of a 3.5-inch shell, all day long. Yeah, it hurts. I don't care who you are. You could be the biggest guy in the world, trained the best way, the whole 9 yards. You go put 400 rounds through a 12 gauge with 3.5-inch, number 4 shot in it. You're gonna feel it the next day.
As far as 12 gauges go, the ones that I always felt my body was more punished for was the police issue riot shotguns. Like, they are so fucking light, it's nice until you fire it, and you're like, oh.
Well, absolutely. One of my favorite is the Ithaca 31.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is
That's a good one.
Yeah, it fires on the pump, so you can pull the trigger and you can keep firing it. You just keep pumping. But my favorite thing about it is, even though it's that light, and even though it's all beautiful and everything, and kicks the holy living shit out of you, it ejects out the bottom, so you can shoulder it from both shoulders.
Yeah.
Right. And many sheriff's departments and police departments have used that weapon for ages.
Mm-hmm. It's a good, reliable weapon system. That's great for the whatever equipment changes are made, whatever dominant hand anybody has. You know, like the thing is like it stays consistent in its performance, regardless of the technology around it.
Yep.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
It's basically timeless. You know, no matter what new weapon like a Benelli M4, okay, or you know, a new 940 Mossberg, or you know, everybody always, you know, if you know, you look at the standard things, the Mossberg 500, the Remington 890, you know, time-tested, mother-approved, you know, weapons. That I would rather have that Ithaca or the Browning BPS.
This will take a moment.
You have only succeeded in annoying me.
The only thing I've never, you know, that's one of the things I've never looked for is a semi-auto that ejects off the bottom.
Nothing more.
So I mean, I have a Benelli M4. The thing's absolutely beautiful. The problem is if it's shouldered on your left, you know, that shell's going across your sight picture.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Pathetic.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
I'm all for 3.5-inch slugs.
I like the ones that have the
Odds were against us, Tenno.
the slug
but
with
we did
the
it.
what is it,
Mission complete.
4 to 6 ball bearings inside of it. The
Exactly.
mixed rounds. I like those ones.
Yep.
And the dragon breath rounds.
Dragon breath with Flechet.
Yeah. Cliché if I don't have to do an after action report.
Right.
If I have to do an after action report, I don't like getting like that is excessively messy.
Yes.
And I don't want to have to go through it.
Mission complete.
Right.
Excellent work, Tenno.
Well, traditionally, you know, well, what the Flechet was originally designed for was for the Navy and the Marine Corps to blow bulkhead hinges off the ships.
Yeah, and now we use it to clear caves and trench line.
Right. You know, so there was I was looking at this guy that he's got the plates off of an electric motor. So it's the certain size electric motor. You take all the windings off of it. You pull the little plates that hold all the windings
This
on there.
is a mobile defense mission. You must deliver
rivet it
payloads and
together.
defend a number of locations while you break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you. Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic?
And then there's,
We're near a fissure.
I want to say there's 4 little round plates that he puts
Upload
these
me and prepare to
tungsten
defend.
darts in. And the thing just is just stupidly effective in ballistic gel.
Proceed and prepare. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Defeat.
I'll find it. I'll find it on YouTube and send it to you.
Stay focused. There's a
I have
heavy
it.
unit
I have it
approaching.
saved somewhere because I was thinking to myself, yeah, I could
You need
I could
more to
load
open
that.
relic.
You know.
Alright, Hunter says it didn't hurt so much to shoot, but the kick from one shell was almost forced a second trigger to fire as well. So while a double barrel and a double trigger might have, well, been a single trigger skill issue for sure, but still.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, the bigger guns, like, you gotta build up to that. Because it's not... People think it's about, you gotta have the arm strength and the chest strength, and it's like, no, you need the forearm strength.
That's correct. Well, if you're out in front of the weapon,
I'm detecting a large security
in
force
proper
heading over.
stance.
It's the Grenier. Area completed. Move on. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside. Here is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
And then that's not even talking about automatic fire. You know, 240, even in 5.56 at 249 saw, shoulder mounted. You know.
Well, he was specifically talking about the 1918 12-gauge double-barreled shotgun that he was using.
Oh yeah.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I've got two old L.C. Smith
Stay focused. There's a heavy
black
unit
powder
approaching.
shotguns. Those are fun. 12 gauge. But external, you know, both of them are external hammers. So if you don't want the second one firing off on accident, you just don't put the cap on it.
You have failed your betters.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Takes 20 minutes to load, but you know.
We are finished
Fun
here.
stuff.
Move on.
Now you serve.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position. I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment. Still working on it. Continue to defend.
my grandfather brought back. Two of my
Idiots.
favorite weapons.
Did you not have the sense to
Was the
flee?
Enfield 22 long rifle, training rifle from the British. And the MC-58.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission complete.
Absolutely just a kick in the pants. Basically, the MC-58 was Eugene Rising's second M1 Grand Trainer.
Another job well executed.
I shot more squirrels at that freaking thing that you can shake a stick at.
And see, the request was don't drop it and shoot yourself on my property unless when both shells fired in the right direction, the gun never hit the dirt. I'd say I succeeded, but he was don't shooting at that point. I told you not to shoot both barrels. No, you said remember. It has a second trigger, but thanks for letting me shoot it.
Exactly. It's funny. I've got a Stoger coach gun.
You got a coach gun?
You know.
Those are fucking nice.
When I was shooting single action, you know, when I was shooting SASS, so you know, two 45 long Colts, 18, 74 Winchester 45 long Colt, and then the coach gun to go along with it. They're just a kick in the pants. I remember my kids. Stoger had three options. You could have a single trigger, a double trigger with a selector switch, or a double trigger with external hammers. And I always got the one with the external hammers. I've got several of them from, dating back from when coach guns first started. LC Smith coach gun. Black powder 12 gauge. Just a kick in the pants they are. Man, I'd pull both hammers back, and I remember my daughter was being a wise ass. We were out in the desert shooting stuff and camping and having fun, and she thought she was all badass for a second. She says, "Hey, can I shoot the coach gun?" I mean, here's this thing's, there is nothing but a brass plate on the back of the stock. Okay, there's no rubber there. not even a piece of felt or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's 100 degrees out. Yeah, sure. She's in a t-shirt. Yeah, sure, go ahead. But what's dumbass do? She walks up to the range. She goes, Can I cock both hammers back? Yeah, go ahead. I said, well, if you're going to cock both hammers back, go ahead and pull both the triggers at the same time. Now, granted, she already knows how to shoot. Okay, right? So she's properly, aiming, leaning forward, Weaver stance, sighted down the bead, and she's looking at this trash can we got set up out there, and so she goes ahead and pulls both triggers. Comedy moments. She looked back at me and she goes, "That wasn't a very good idea, was it?" She goes, "How come you didn't warn me?"
You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared
Nothing,
for heavy
nothing better to
resistance.
train you than pain and humiliation.
Watch out.
Yeah, but you gotta give him the
White fissures
instruction
nearby.
first.
Do you have a matching relic?
I did. I said,
Minimum.
yeah, you can pull both hammers back. She already knows how to shoot, you know.
They're dropping
Yeah,
a
but
reactant.
is she aware that it
Open a relic.
increases the amount of recoil and kickback that she's gonna have to deal with?
She found that out very quickly.
This will only get
Yeah, when it comes to firearms, that's one of those, like, you need to know that shit ahead of time. Come on, you and I have seen enough negligent discharges and people getting hurt because they can't handle the recoil on something.
I knew she was going to be able to handle it. I mean,
Stay focused. There's a
you know,
heavy
but there is
unit
that
approaching.
point of, you know, she didn't drop it. The you know, she didn't pigeon eye herself, or
My
you know, the barrel didn't come backwards and smack her in the head. She just kind of went backwards like normal and went, yeah, that was a little too much, Dad. Thanks. It's not like I gave her a Smith & Wesson 500 and said, here, try this. You know what I mean? One of my, and it just,
Location reached.
one of the guys I used to
In
go to the
and
range
defend
with,
our position.
very, very, very talented shooter.
I'm
He
in
was
Tenno.
never in combat.
This will take a moment.
Pretty good on a tactical and moving range with a
Thought
pistol.
to Stop me.
You know, I wouldn't say he was a extremely good shooter, just mid-range. And I handed him, he wanted to shoot my Desert Eagle. Well, my Desert Eagle's in 41 mag. And it came out of his
Still working
hands.
on it. Continue to
And I mean,
defend.
I even told him, hey man, this
You
thing,
are surrounded by
this
Marines.
thing, you know, goes. I only put one round in it. The magazine wasn't even in it. I just put one round in the chamber and said, here you go. You know, the it's not like the grip is a small grip. You know, you don't need the magazine in it for your pinky.
Yeah.
You know, okay. I mean, this is a freaking large ass handgun. You know.
Well, yeah, it's a Desert Eagle. Doesn't matter the caliber, it's a Desert Eagle.
Right. Okay.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
You know, so. You know, you know, he's proper stance, you know, 10 points of pressure, you know, 100% of, 100% pressure on both sides of the weapon. You know, he squeezed the trigger and it just came flying out of his hands. You know, so even if you tell him, hey, dude, this thing kicks like a son of a bitch, sometimes it should come flying out.
Terminal spotted. Upload me and prepare
Had to replace the
defend.
front sight on it, actually.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
Novak tritiums in it. Actually, the tritium piece actually popped out, so Novak just kind of sent me a new sight. But still had to replace it. Didn't cost me.
Yeah, I have just my standard iron sights on my sidearm. But that's because it's like, if I'm using my sidearm, I don't need optics. If I need optics, then I don't need to use a sidearm.
Continue to defend.
It took me a while, okay? I'll be 100% honest. It took me a while to make that transition. And after that transition, I will take that red dot on top every day of the week. It is just faster target acquisition. It's faster.
Well, I guess that comes down to how much trigger time you're actually putting into the weapon system.
Right. I mean, well, I mean, think about that. I mean, for us, a 1911, you know, we don't have to think about, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, Glock 17, Glock 19, 6 hour 226, Walther, PPK, all of the standard things, you could put any weapon pretty much in front of me that it's a standard military weapon at this point, and I'm going to 10 ring with it every time. Even if I've never shot it before.
You shall all become dust.
That's just the training that we have. But there are some of those weapons that are just natural to people. The 1911 is definitely just a naturally, in my hand, it's the best. That's what feels the best. That's what works with me the best. People can argue whatever they want about the 17, the 19, even the G43. That 1911 platform for me is just, I don't have to think about anything.
Behold,
It's designed for shooters who are actually going to shoot their weapons, and not people who are going to have the showcase of, look what I can afford.
Look what I can afford. I don't know, dude. My Springfield Armory TRP is probably one of the most expensive weapons on the market as far as a handgun is concerned. I mean, we're starting at $1,500.
Yep. Again, not designed for people who are actually going to be using these weapon systems, because people who can afford that level of weapon systems aren't using them on a regular basis.
Right. And so.
But you go down and you spend $300 on a fucking 45. That's designed for a person who's going to be using that on a regular basis.
See, that's the thing I don't get, right? That's one of the things that I don't get. Why am I gonna go down and buy a Glock 17 and 45 at what, $550?
Give or take, yeah.
Right. Slap a Vortex CCW red dot on top of it, or a Holosun, or whichever one you prefer. Throw a O-Light on the front, or Surefire or anything else. And
Nothing left to chance if you're bringing Regal, Aya.
just have a standard weapon.
Memory's a tricksy thing, but I think you'll do fine.
Right?
Doing dangerous things safely is how kids learn, quote unquote. Usually not referencing firearms. Usually. That's true. It's usually
right?
not referencing firearms.
Right. I mean, why not buy that Kimber? Why not buy that? Why not buy the Smith & Wesson? Why not buy that? Spend that extra money on that weapon. It's going to last you twice as long.
Well, so is your 45 if you maintain it.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, even like a Rock Island Armory, 1911A2, right? Or even some of the ones that Springfield is having made in Croatia.
The enemy is at
The
our
Turkish
doorstep.
make a really good
We must
1911
defend our
too.
equipment until
Absolutely, I
reinforcements arrive.
love the Turkish. It's great.
Void
I mean, as
missions.
long as we're
You
within
need
mil
them to
spec,
open a relic, but are
and
you
then
confident you can withstand their fury?
you don't have to do this, but I recommend it. Go ahead and get a Wilson Combat barrel. Go ahead and get a Wilson Combat trigger spring. Go ahead and get a Wilson Combat recoil spring. Go ahead and get a Wilson Combat extractor and extractor spring. We talked about this the other day, right?
Yeah. But that comes down to the individual shooter and what they need the weapon system to do.
Right. Well, it only has one purpose.
But the context in which you will find yourself most likely using it changes dramatically from person to person. Some people are going to be in arid environments. Some people are going to be in wet environments. Some people are going to be in open environments. Some people are going to be in close quarter environments. Some people need to conceal it. Some people are going to have to go through more than a magazine's worth of rounds because of the amount of engagement they're going to be doing. So all of that changes what you need to alter.
Right. Because I pretty much figured that the only reason that I have a handgun is to get me back to my rifle.
Yep. That is the exact purpose of a sidearm, to get to your primary.
Right.
But people that aren't experienced don't see weapons in that lighting or that setting. They see them as well, this is really cool. This is what I have, so I'm going to use this. Because I'm going to be in close quarters and pistols are easier to maneuver around corners. Cool, give me a shotgun. If I have to be in a house, give me a shotgun.
Damn straight, give me a shotgun with double op buck and slug. Double op buck, slug, double op buck, slug. Because I'm not going to go around the corner. I'm going to go through the corner.
To stop me?
Yeah, no, give me Dragon's Breath. I'm going to light your friend on fire, and while he runs around screaming on fire and lighting everything else around you on fire, you're going to panic and run from your cover.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I don't get this. Why? Okay, so unless we're in a hostage situation, or you have children, okay, why are you using a handgun to clear your house? And why are you
clearing your house?
Exactly. Why? Okay, right. That's the second question. Because what do they say? What does everybody always say the first time you talk to them? You're like, oh, I want a pistol, so that way if somebody comes to my house, I can, secure my children and make sure my house is clear.
No, don't clear your house. Have a defensive position and just hold that.
Exactly. Tell your kids to get underneath their bed and stay there.
You've failed your betters.
Come and get me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Most people don't realize this. Okay, so a standard 9mm round, and if you look at a standard door jam, it's got 3 2x4s in it. So if you're shooting diagonally through that door jam and you actually hit all 3 of those pieces of wood together, a 9mm is barely going to penetrate all 3 of those pieces of wood. Shoot behind the door jam where it's just the drywall that you're going through.
How far
Yeah,
you
no.
have fallen.
People make violence. I make messages.
Exactly.
I'm just going to light your friends on fire and watch them run around and watch everyone else they brought panic.
Exactly. I'm with you on that.
Extraction is ready.
In my current situation, I can't have Dragon's Breath here.
I mean, you could. They're not going to know until it doesn't matter anymore. So,
right. I mean, that's the whole. I mean, we went through that whole. I went through this whole argument about 10 years ago with a guy.
Let's go home.
He says, "Well, we can't get, 30-round magazines. And if I brought them back to where it's illegal for us to have 30-round magazines, then why would I chance me getting a felony with them? Right?" And I said, well, first off, possessing one inside your home is not a felony.
Correct. Using one outside of your property or using one in the act of a crime, on the other hand, those two things are felonies. But possession of one in private property is not.
Correct, right? So don't take it to the range. Okay?
Yep.
And keep it in your safe.
Correct.
right? As long as it's predated before the ban, right?
Yeah, that'd be the other thing. Is
Yeah.
have to be grandfathered in.
Right. They have to be grandfathered in. So you go to a gun show, you buy a bunch of old ones, put new springs and followers in them, and call it good. Right.
All right, one second here. Only guns I actually want, because the video games are only really expensive, like the AUG and the FNL, FAL. So those guns, solid choices, but good God, you better actually train with them, or else they are going to be the most cumbersome, inconvenient weapon systems to use in a practical real life situation. Those weapon systems genuinely require training.
Big time.
Those guns are my favorite from Black Ops 1 and the only guns I was ever interested in actually, and don't know nearly enough to actually bother trying to get them. Yeah, no, like those you're gonna have to put hours upon hours on a weekly basis for the duration of your life that you own those weapon systems, which is why I wouldn't recommend them. Not unless you're in a profession where you're just using these weapons on a daily basis. Use something that you can train like every other week with and still be efficient. Both laughable guns, I'm guessing. I like the FAL. No, they're scary guns in trained hands. I like the FAL platform. Can get a 308 configure, and an AUG is fairly customizable. Is essentially my original reasoning. If you just want a customizable weapon system, get an M4, an AR, civilian, be what? AR-15? Yeah, get an AR-15. It's like Barbies for men. As a teenager playing video games, as for handguns, I want the reliable compact 45. I can actually keep on target and starting power and all. 45 is fantastic. It is my favorite weapon system. And I've used it in a lot of varying scenarios and that are real life scenarios. But I'm going to tell you right now, to use a 45 in a real life scenario, it takes a level of brutality that most people are not comfortable with. So if you're not comfortable with brutality, like pure, raw, primal, over-the-top brutality and carnage, probably go with like a 9mm or 40 or 38. 45 requires a level of emotional detachment from the violence you commit to others to continue to effectively use. Because when the first time you use it on an individual and you'll see what it does to an individual is the first time you will hesitate if you're not already comfortable with violence. It is a shocking experience for a lot of people, which is why a lot of people will go with the lower caliber rounds.
I'm going to agree with that incredibly 110%. Okay. A 230 grain hollow 230 grain hollow point plus P out of a 45 at close range does an immense amount of bodily damage.
Yup. All right, I'll be right back, folks.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. If I ever have to use a gun, especially if it's a handgun, the target better go down in one hit. I don't want to worry about just standing back up. I never choose silence, but I understand life and death is a real scenario. Very few times in the what 20 plus years of violence that I have committed my life to have I been able to put a target down with one round and keep them there. So it's one of those, you put someone down, but you need to be able to follow up. And if you hesitate due to the result of using a 45 on an individual for the first time and you're not prepared for what that's going to do, and it creates that hesitation in you, that creates a window of opportunity for them or their friends to retaliate against you where you're not paying attention. Hesitation kills. So don't create a scenario for yourself where you're going to hesitate and not be able to quickly respond with follow-up.
Standard practice: 2 to the chest, 1 to the head.
If you have to answer to people or do reports on it. If you don't, how many bullets do you have?
If you don't got to answer to anybody, put 3 magazines in them and walk away.
Oh, yeah.
That's
There's no such thing as overkill.
This is a mobile defense mission.
I agree.
You must deliver payloads and defend a number of locations while I break into the network. Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic. You're near a fissure.
Honestly, I don't know that I would be safe putting one round. Like, I don't know that I would feel safe and secure putting a round in someone, even if it's in their forehead and then walking away. I don't know that I would be okay with that. I think I would still be worried that they're going to get back up.
Me too. Yeah, no, that's guaranteed at least 3 rounds.
Select reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will drop it. You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
See, for me, it's always, I need to see a sizable hole.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
If I don't see a sizable hole, you didn't have enough rounds put in you.
Not even a challenge for my conscripts.
In full agreement. 125%. My one of my relatives dealt with a guy on PCP on active duty. And they put him and his partner, granted it was only a 38, but they put 18 rounds in him.
Oh, I watched police departments do that in California, where it was the 9mm with the 15-round magazine, empty the fucking thing, into a dude hopped up on PCP and he still reached the cops before his body realized he was dead. It was just like, wait a second.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, at that point, you've already bled out. You don't even know you're deceased.
The relic has been cracked open.
And you know, basically, the guy ended up throwing him off of the Mulholland Bridge. You know, ended his career.
Yeah, being thrown off a bridge would do that.
You know, it was you know, on the side ramps, not off the middle or anything, but still, 30-foot fall.
Yep, especially with kit. Yeah, no.
yeah, exactly.
We are finished here.
Yeah, you've got another, extra 20 pounds on you on top of it, and
get to a terminal,
the whole 9 yards, and that was a bad day. All right, so you never know, and in these days, we deal with guys hopped up on methamphetamines,
There's a we had the when we were in Afghanistan, they had a jihadist drug that they were doing. Like after every major conflict, like Would Not is actually probably the most well known for everybody. The battlefield, when they did the after action investigation and everything, and they went through and documented the battlefield, it was just filled all over the fucking place with used syringes.
Yep.
There's Apache footage that you can find where the Apaches came in, and the pilots are like, "What the fuck?" Because the exact phrasing was, "It's like fucking lightning bugs. You can see the muzzle flashes coming out of the buildings that are fully engulfed in flames."
Right. Those are okay. So these are part of the things that unofficially were targeted, but not targeted, and that was it's called Captagon. If that's the same thing that you and I are talking about. Basically, it's a jihadist amphetamine.
Yeah. There was a country that fell to the Gen Z revolutions that One Piece propaganda or merchandise has been spotted at recently, and it was last year or the year before, I think it fell. It was one of those Middle Eastern countries where the young kids overthrew their government, and it ended up, like, the dude ended up having, the leader ended up having drug laboratories where they were mass producing this stuff to send out to all the various groups fighting throughout the Middle East.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of that went through Syria, to be honest. So just nutty, but don't want to and we're seeing world law enforcement or NATO forces or whatever you want to call them are seeing big lots of it starting to go through Lebanon.
A Grenier assault team is headed your way. The odds were against us, Tenno. That we did it. Mission
And
complete.
with the current state of Iran, I wouldn't put it past
Stay focused.
that is
There's a
being
heavy
used
unit
very
approaching.
heavily there.
Maybe.
I've been out of that market for so long. It's
About every 6 months I get asked to go to different places still, so
You must think you are.
I deliberately make a point to stay up with everything in case one of these days I decide, you know what, fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna take that job.
Exactly. Just brief me on it. The job's still the same.
Yeah. I like to know that wherever I'm going to be applying my violence, I am going to be given the ability to be allowed to win.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
I'm not doing the fighting and not being allowed to win thing. I already did that. It wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it. I'm not doing it again.
Yep. No, I mean that's the same thing. I mean, close quarters combat with an M4.
Lots of barrel checking.
I want my bayonet on the front.
Yep, no, I like heating that fucking thing up and then sticking it in people's throats.
Yep.
Throat thumping you with a hot barrel.
And the difference is that we get to do that with 50 Bullwolf, while the standard guy's doing it with 223 or I'm sorry, in this case 556.
Oh, I did it with 556. I preferred it.
Yeah, no, I would. Okay, so 50 Bullwolf is the same cartridge, as same magazine, okay, the whole 9 yards. Just cut the throat off that 556 and stuff a 50 cal down the barrel. I particularly enjoy that. It is 400 times more effective.
I like the lighter rounds for the more magazine capacities. Because, like, I carried...
It's the same magazine capacity, sir.
Yeah, but the weight's different.
Weight is different. It is heavier.
Yeah. Yep. I don't want heavier. I want lighter. I carry... Because I carry between 7 and 10 magazines on my chest. And that doesn't include what's in my bag.
Yeah, you should have 6 on your chest, 6 in your bag.
Nope. I carried 7 to 10 on my chest.
Gotcha.
You gotta remember, like, my unit was notorious for, like, either
Yeah, I
our
know,
fights
I
were
know.
done in 30 seconds, or we were sitting there for 6 hours.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Very rarely was there ever an in-between. It was either this is gonna be an all-day thing, or we're gonna be done before we realize it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yep. You know, I really don't like these Defixio missions.
I don't know what Defixio missions are.
Oh, delete. You have to have enough standing with any of the standings. You buy the Abyssal Beacon, and then you go do the Abyssal fights for Daggett. And
Oh, those. Why are you doing that?
Use these to crack open a relic.
because I want to. I'm a masochist.
You found a
You do realize
wanna-
that they're giving us fully built ones, right? Part of the event.
No.
Yeah, it's to celebrate the Chinese New Year, going to the Year of the Horse.
Okay.
So,
Th-
just
so
this
they're-
week's the blueprint, and then next week is the parts.
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity.
Okay. Well, I've
Defeat
okay.
the
So
corrupted,
I'm
and
like
use the reactor
already
to
half a
relic.
day away from
The reactor
having
is
Daggett.
like a
I'm
relic.
working on the
You
what is this
found the
thing
target.
called?
Capture them quickly before they escape.
What?
Stay focused. There's a heavy
Brian.
unit approaching.
I
Mission
can't control it,
complete.
honey.
The
I'm sorry.
captain has
I
been escorted
apologize.
to the extraction point. Well
I
done.
didn't mean to. I didn't have a choice. Sorry about that. Just had an involuntary moment there. What is this thing called? Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. So the door clave, right? The blade, the hilt, the hook, the string.
The weapon systems for Daggett. Okay.
Corpus walkers are heading to
Yeah.
your location.
They're giving that away too?
No, just Daggett.
Okay, just Daggett. So Daggett is already.
Would have retreated.
See, I'm 1 day and 19 hours away from Daggett. That's already crafty. And my Void Rig has got 21 hours. And Ureli's got 2 days and 6 hours.
Are you going to be chasing the Bone Widow too?
Yeah, I'll go get the Bone Widow also.
Remember, the Void Rig and the Bone Widow both go to 40. You just got to put 5 forma in them.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just play with them now.
Another job
Basically,
well
it's
executed.
okay. So I thought we talked about that the other day. I thought I was done at Mastery Rank 17. Apparently not, right? So there are those few select weapons that need that 18 mastery rank to get to. So now it's more frames, more weapons, more stuff to get to that. And at this
Well, did you
point,
see the
I'm-
Prime Resurgence stuff?
Yeah, I didn't even mess around with any of it. To
Well,
be
it's
honest.
got a new set of 6 frames.
Okay.
The current ones are Hero Prime, Necros Prime, Ivara Prime, Oberon Prime, Valkyr Prime,
Hell of a thing.
and Saren Prime.
Gotcha.
Good. Don't rush into things.
All right.
So we need relics for those to go run. Got to buy relics for that. I mean,
Yeah, you go
how
to you go to the market, and in the one of the categories is Prime Resurgence, and then you trade the Aya that you get for the relic, and then you go run the relic because you can get the vaulted relics from Prime Resurgence.
Gotcha.
But the best way to do it to preserve your Aya account is purchase one relic, run it. If you get the part, great. Purchase a different one. If you don't, purchase one relic, run it. Rinse and repeat, but only purchase the one relic at a time, so that way you're saving your Aya in the event that you get what you want on the first drop or whatever. Because Aya is a pain in the ass to farm. You can. Holy shit, that was a lot. I'm now to go to Twitch to see what that one was.
What do you mean?
Hold on a second. Okay, so Pixie gifted 2 subscriptions. So thank you for that. And then Dead by Bears gifted 10 more subscriptions. So now we are on a level 4 hype train.
Nice.
So thank you all for that. You guys are outstanding. Let's see here. Of course, he kept going after he was dead. He was spooky half mummy with all that embalming fluid in the system. That's fair. About to start doing Sisters for the last 30k MR. You could, yeah. But there's also the Prime Resurgence that got the weapons at Dead by Bears, because I know you got all the frames. But there's also the Prime weapons that are part of those vaulted sets. I mean, you'll have a second Dagoth then. That's true. He'll have a second Dagoth for the chair. Don't think Dora Clave is in the event. Yeah, no, it's not. Y'all just show up. Show me up. I just wanted to be number 2 behind Pixie. Nice. Hey, Mad Gems. Nice.
Draco.
That is outstanding. That is wild. That is so cool. Well, there's going to be emotes there, it looks like, for some people. They got unlocked by Twitch. That's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you all for that. Quit being great, Scare. I definitely think that is extremely biasly subjective.
You are here to find our
I think there would be a lot of people that would disagree with me being great.
Fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
What a waste.
You found a fissure. Look out for reactant. Collect reactant to open your relic. Be aware. Only corrupted enemies will
But
drop.
I appreciate the sentiment, for sure. So, thank you. Oh!
Stay focused.
I don't know if... Did you ever play the Fallout series, Bear?
Track them down quickly. You found a target.
Parts of them.
Quickly before they escape.
Okay. Steam actually fucked up a release. It's pretty interesting. So, there's been a lot of rumors by the fans that there was going to be Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas being remastered and
Corvus walkers
re-released.
are heading to your location.
And that it was going to happen with the conclusion of Season 2 Fallout Amazon TV show. Okay?
Okay.
And Amazon has made a point to not fucking say anything one way or the other, and Bethesda has made a point to not say anything one way or the other. Fans have exclusively been coming up with this shit with their circumstantial evidence at best. However, Steam fucked it up and kind of confirmed it for everybody. Because now if you go to the Steam library and you type it into their store, and you type in Fallout, it lists the 12 games. But when you select the list of the 12 games, there's only 10 that are listed. And then on top of that, goddamn fucking nullifiers. And then on top of that, the other thing that comes into play is that Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas in Steam, you can't leave reviews. Because when you go to leave reviews on them, it states that you cannot review this product as it has not been released yet.
Great work.
Strange.
I am pleased with your performance.
Yep. So, Steam has given us the confirmation that these games are coming soon because they've started making adjustments within the Steam store already.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yeah, so on Fallout 3, you've got the Game of the Year edition plus the just standard. And you can't do anything with either of them. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, if you... Here, I don't know how much people are going to see this here. But when you type in Fallout in the search, and it says browse by, and it drops the game, and it says 12 games. I know most people can't see that, but it says 12 games in the search bar. And when you click on it, and you look at the left side of the search category of new releases, and it says all games, DLCs, games, soundtrack, software. Games, it only has 10 listed. Even though the search bar for the drop-down menu lists 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Yeah, New Vegas kept crashing, so I just stopped playing it.
Oh, yeah, it's because New Vegas was given to a studio that didn't have the funding or support to make the game, and they were given an 18-month window to create a game from scratch that they had no experience or preparation with on an IP that they didn't own. And then after it was released, they were told they were never allowed to do any fixes, updates, or changes to it at all. So the broken state in which it was released in, it has stayed in. And it's because it embarrassed Todd Howard. And Todd Howard is only having the remake redone because Microsoft threatened to take away the Fallout IP from them if they didn't.
Ooh.
We received intel that somebody vital
Fallout
to
4
enemy
VR
operations is here. Find them and
What?
capture them.
You're really far away.
Avoid fissures. You need them to
Sorry,
open
Fallout
relic.
4,
But are you
the
confident
virtual
they will
reality
stand there for
version
you?
of it,
Mm-hmm.
was my favorite
You found a fissure. Look out for reactants.
of the Fallout series.
Use that reactant to
I don't want to try a virtual reality game until I can get the full body haptic suits, but those things are like
You found a target. Capture them
$20,000
quickly
or
before
something
they
like
escape.
that.
Yeah.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Yeah, I'll keep the mask and the two joysticks, you know, the little Wii controllers. That's fine.
Collected enough reactant to bring your relic.
Just what I need to be caused, you know, pain by
Heavy
virtual
robotic
reality
signature
machine and
detected.
artificial
Drop them out.
intelligence. Yeah, I don't know if I want them having that kind of control over my body.
Yeah, but if I'm going to eliminate my awareness of my physical surroundings for the virtual reality surroundings, I want things keeping me hypervigilant in the game. And the only way you're going to do that is with the threat of actual pain and suffering.
Yeah. But that's what children are for. Kidding. Being a hard ass, sorry. No, I don't know if I would.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Would trust just the average.
Oh, and I
internet
would
to
want.
do that.
Oh no, that's why you get the, like I said, a good haptic bodysuit's like $20,000, and then I'd want the
Right.
harness on top of that, where it's like to move you actually have to fucking walk or run, but you're a
Right.
harness, so you're stuck in one place, so that way you're not running into walls and shit. Your room.
Exactly.
The Prime Vanguard. The
I would have
pride
to
of
make that
Empire.
environment completely
Hell of a thing.
completely without external internet.
From memory to reality.
That
Quick
would
as a
have to be a
bowshot.
closed down
Direct-
facility from
Direct
that's
wire
big.
with a closed network.
Yeah. No, I don't mind if there's there. In that case, I'd have to buy the game, my own server, right? And make sure that that has no outside connection to the real world. Then I'd get in it.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna lie,
Oh,
though, I really do eventually want to get one of those systems just to play some of the older games. Like, I want to play the Metro series, haptic
Right.
suit.
Right? That would be
You are
cool.
here to rescue an operative who has been trapped by the infestation. There are void
Oh,
fissures
thank
in
you,
the
Dead by
area.
Bears.
Use these to crack open a relic.
Yeah. Gifted me a
Official.
tier 1
Defend
subscription
yourself
to
and use
you.
reactant to open relics.
Yeah, he did the 10 gifted subscriptions,
Yeah. That was
putting him
thank
in
you, Dead by Bears.
second place. He is now have donated a total of 20. Pixie's at 22 for the community.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Gotcha.
Collect
I'm a
reactants
zero.
to open your relic.
Yeah, Man Bear Nug, I believe, is in
Only corrupted
third
enemies
place
will
with, I think, 17
We're
or
going
something
need
to
more
that
reactant
effect.
if you want to open that relic.
Gotcha.
The infestation has spread to this location faster than
Man, I
anyone
gotta
predicted. Everyone is gone.
link up with
except
Man
our
Bear
operative.
Nug at some point here and find out what's going to be going on with the paid content for your Elder Scrolls.
Out of my way.
He's been doing that for a long time, hasn't he?
Yep. Well, I mean, he's a
You open the
stream
relic,
team member for
finish
Elder
your mission,
Scrolls
and we'll take a look inside.
Right.
for ZeniMax.
No, I watch. I pretty much watch him almost every morning.
See, he's been
or
doing
lurk.
that for. Me and him have been streaming the exact same amount of time. Let me go back to my Twitch channel here and look.
That's three years or something like that.
– 2022 January. So that's how long him and I have been streaming.
Beware. Those lasers
I gotta
are
do
linked
more-
to the poison tumor nodes growing on the airlocks. Contact with the lasers
More
will
with
put our
Twitch and
operative in
figure out how
immediate
all
peril.
of this works and
Bypass complete. You may
all of the
proceed.
fun stuff. And things, the raids, the subscriptions, the nonsenses, and all of that to myself. Just so I'm comfortable with it.
Makes
I will
sense.
pick my teeth with your bones.
I'm not comfortable with it yet, so that's why I haven't done anything.
You located the operative. Make sure they get to extraction alive.
And what about all the other? So, I mean, this is one of the things that I was thinking about too. It's like, okay, so if we're doing this, if we're putting the, you know, for whatever reason we're doing the monetization and whatnot.
Focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Through stream elements, we've got subscriptions to sign up to for getting paid for certain games and trying certain games and doing things.
Those are
of that nature.
sponsorships.
Right. And I haven't quite looked into how those work all the way either. And then, so for the sponsorships, and then, so for you and Elder Scrolls, you should be right there with Man Bear Nug doing that at least one day a week.
No. So, Man Bear Nug doesn't stream anything other than Elder Scrolls.
Right.
And he streams it 6 days a week. And it's
Right.
at an exact time for an exact window.
Yep.
And he's willing to stay within their criteria of expectations, presentation, things of that nature. I talk about subject matters that a lot of companies and sponsors don't want to be associated with.
True.
And I am not going to let somebody who's not going to spend time sitting in front of this camera with me tell me how I can and can't talk and what things I can and can't talk about to my community.
And still others. They can spread your mind out until you're not sure where you end.
Yep, I'm in full agreement with that.
Begins. But not
And that's kind of some of the things on the subscriptions too, because through Luna, so now that Amazon Prime and Twitch have got your things on it, I was playing a couple of the games, and then those came up like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I've been emailed several times about that, and then you read the terms of service, and it's like, no, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm also not going to be forced to play games that I don't want to play or promote products that I don't actively use. Like if Rip It was like, hey, we want to sponsor you, just be you, I'm down. Why? Because I drink Rip Its every fucking day, you know? But like Dubby, for example, that's a big one that that sponsors a lot of content creators. It's like, I don't drink Dubby. I'm not going to promote Dubby because I don't drink it.
Look out for reactant.
Right. Yeah. So Springfield Armory out there. You know, if you guys want to donate a couple things for us to test, you know,
we would have
ship
you,
one.
You would have to have that.
Ship one to myself.
You would have to have a content, and it would be like it's not just cool. Let's test that. That would be a stress test thing of like, okay, how much abuse can this endure, and then under what conditions, to make sure that this thing is what they claim it is.
Right.
And then the entire point of it is to break the weapon.
I'm in that argument that we had earlier. 10,000 rounds.
Collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Counter. United States Army private.
Right. Okay. You know, it's just that simple. I'm gonna break it within 10,000 rounds. I guarantee it.
Yeah, counter. United States Army private. They'll break it in 30 minutes, and then be confused as to how it happened.
And how to fix it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it was funny because you know, when red
answer was
dots
to run.
first came out for pistols, and most people don't realize this, a pistol has very, very violent recoil.
It can,
you know,
depending on caliber, but that's always a caliber thing. Always.
Salt
Yeah,
ground
yeah,
beneath your feet.
It's physics. So you have the weight of the slide coming backwards, however many inches at what type of force, right? And then what is balancing that out in front of it? So any rifle is going to have 14 to 16 inches out in front of it of weight, keeping that from moving it backwards. So you know, handgun recoils 3 times, just on average, worse than any rifle.
Stay focused. There's a heavy
Just
unit
from the brute
approaching.
force that all of that takes. There's just not enough
You shall
weight
all
there to
become
stop that
dust
shit from
and
going
ash.
backwards. So red dots on top, you know, have to be built
Mission
tremendously
complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
overcompensated, right? Basically, for whether or not you're going to put it on top of a pistol or whether you're going to put it on top of a rifle or a shotgun. And we just beat the crap. I mean, just absolutely beat the crap out of the Vortex CCW. I mean, basically, you know, I ran a bunch of electrical tape on the top of the receiver or the top of the slide. And you know, I'm using a cinder block to caulk the fucking thing. You know what I mean? I mean, just
You
you
are
know,
here on a
everything
capture
we could
mission.
possibly
You
do
must
to
find,
scratch
capture,
the
and
optics
extract our
or
target.
beat the whole front
Object,
end of it
I'm
up.
detecting void
Leopold,
fissures
same
nearby.
thing. So I'll
Do
swear
you
by
have a
those two.
magic bullet?
I've
Feast of flesh
Leopold
that
makes
go
good
forth.
marksman
A
scopes.
fissure.
I fucking
It
love
opens
their
up and
marksman
is reactive
scopes.
to open relics.
there's
Corrupted
3
enemies are
optics that I
drawing
put
reactants.
on
Collect it to open
on
the
any of
relic.
my weapons, and
Don't
it's
forget the
Night
reactant.
Force,
You need more to open that relic.
Loophole,
You found a target.
and Vortex,
Capture them quickly before they escape.
hands down.
Stay focused.
Everything
There's
else
a
can
heavy
kiss my
unit
ass.
approaching. The capture target has
I
vital
still like try
information
the.
that we will need to extract.
Yeah, I know you
fucking-
love that
Come back
Tsuchikane,
alive.
ACOG. I know.
Excellent. We'll interrogate the captive back at base.
I
Your
hate
part
that
is done here, Tenno.
I've got more kills with that optic than any other optic. Like, I fucking love that thing.
No, I know. I get it. You know, it's just like luck. You know, 80% of the world can't be wrong, right? Yeah, they can.
My thing
response
is
to that
I
was-
like I hate the new ACOG. I like the
What a
old
waste.
ACOG. I don't like the fiber
Right.
optic one. But that's because it also had the glow iron sights on the top.
So be it.
So, like, I
Right.
could go between the two.
To work.
Exactly. You know,
Then I didn't have to
beautifully-
change my and I didn't have to change my sight picture. So it was great for close quarters, medium, and long.
Right. You know, it's an all-around 20. You know, it's an all-around close quarters combat I would go 300 meters.
Oh no! I was taking good clean shots at. I think the furthest that I was comfortable doing it was 6.
Yeah.
And that's for area. If I was doing point, I wouldn't go further than 5.
Right. You know, I mean, absolutely effective, 100%, 25 to
Mission
300.
complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
You know, going up to 600, you're pushing the.
Well, 6 for area, so quarter size. Whereas point, we're looking at a dime size space, and that's at my 500.
Yep. You know, but the okay, so at 5.56 at 600 yards, you're
Heightened elevation, thinner air, meaning less resistance.
I understand.
There are other factors.
I understand completely. You're still talking about ballistic coefficient here. Okay,
Yeah.
so ballistic coefficient to parabolic orbit to Muzzle velocity to feet per second at 600 yards on 5.56, and how effective that 5.56 round is at 600 yards or
Well,
600
against
meters.
against man jams, it's pretty fucking like the pajama things that they would wear. Like it's pretty damn effective. It goes through it without a problem.
Right.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fishes.
How many exit wounds were there on that?
There would be 0 to 2.
Okay, so
you are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
so again, you know, I mean, we're talking about
Stay focused.
possible,
There's a heavy
yes.
unit
Probable,
approaching.
yes. Should you?
The capture
Not
target
without
has
training.
vital information that
Not
we
without
need to
training.
extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
Right? No, you should. You know, it was funny. Mama Bear and I were watching a kind of it's not a fair test, but these guys were testing everything from 22 long rifle to up to 50 cal, and they how many? Well, they went up. I'm sorry, they went up to 50 bow wolf on this test. But how many walls it'll go through? Right, you know, standard half-inch drywall, 3 inches, 3.5 inches of space in between them,
And they started with 22 LR.
yeah, they started with 22 LR. Actually, started with 22 short, which is the original 22.
They started with the short. Man.
Yeah, 22 short. So 22 short went through 2 walls. All the way up to 50 bow wolf, and including 12 gauge birdshot, double-aught, and slug.
Did you not have the
So
sense
out
to
of
flee?
all of it, their determination was that that birdshot was the best thing for home defense.
I mean, if
But
you're going to
what
be
was-
that ineffective, then just use rock salt and call it a day.
Right, exactly. Right. I mean, at least use number 6. You know, me, I 3.5 inch number 4 shot is perfect. Double out buck, of course, if you want to start making statements, right? Slugs. That type of thing. But it was really interesting that
Great work. I am
muzzle.
pleased with your performance.
So Mama Bear looks back at whole point here. Mama Bear looks back at it. She says that's not really a fair test because there's no distance between the walls, right? There was like an inch, right, in between wall number 1 to wall number 2.
So they were treating it like they were doing door breaching rather than actually what would happen when you're going against a wall.
Right. So I'm like, right, because you're not counting for deceleration of 10 feet in between each of those walls. Standard room is 10 by 10. So the
We
decelerate.
received intel that somebody
I know
vital
you
to
mean.
enemy operations is here.
The
Find them and
deceleration
capture
of
them.
that
Void
round
fishers. You need them to
of
open the
10
relic,
feet
but
once
are you
it's hit
confident you
something
can
is
withstand
incredible.
everything?
So
Target located.
Uh,
Bring them in.
wasn't really a fair test. Oh, you need 10 walls before you go.
The enemies
Are
dropping
safe
reactants.
behind this weapon. No,
Mission complete.
it's not.
The captive
It's
has been escorted to the extraction point.
so
Well done.
kind of not a fair
reactant is
test
working
between
on
it.
the relic.
But
Find more.
9mm and 45. So this is one of the biggest debates in the world in basic knowledge. Which one would you rather have, 9mm or 45? And
No, that's always going to be personal preference. Always.
exactly. And in this test, they performed exactly the same way. They both went through 9 walls.
Makes sense.
Right. And However,
The relic has been cracked
the
open.
damage
Finish your mission to
created
find out what's
to the wall. However, the damage created to the wall by said caliber that is supposed to suck compared to the 9mm was
I will salt the
significantly
ground
different.
beneath your feet.
Oh, have you checked out any more of those videos from the GRBS group?
Yeah, I've been watching them back and forth and back and forth.
Good shit, right?
Yeah, no, that's solid information, and you know, I had this discussion. I actually, here's my exact
Job
words.
well executed.
So we were talking about training and all of the fun things and the nonsenses, and I was a little frustrated yesterday, and I think the guy thought I was picking on him. I wasn't. I was just stating out things that are real. And you know, we got into that, you know, Glock debate, and that's kind of why this other stuff came up and things of that nature. But my exact statement was,
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target. There are void fissures in the area. Use these to crack open a relic.
You there?
Stop me.
I don't. Yeah, my exact statement. I'm finding
Defend
it.
yourself and use reactant to open relics.
You know, because we were arguing
Collect
about the Glock
reactant to
and
open
the, you
the
know,
relic.
whatever.
Be aware.
And I
Only
said,
corrupted enemies will drop it. You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
these are the two things that I teach the best.
Stay
Okay.
focused.
I
There's a
teach one
heavy
thing and
unit
one thing
approaching.
only. Whatever weapon you
The capture
choose, if
target
it doesn't
has
feel
vital
good in your
information
hand,
that we
set
will
it
need
down
to
and grab
extract.
another
We
one.
need our subject brought back alive.
Yeah.
Mission
Second
Yep.
thing is
The
if
captive
you've
has been
never been in a
escorted to the
gunfight,
extraction
you're not
point.
going to hit the
Well done.
broadside of a bar and your
Keep
hands are going to
fighting.
be shaking
Look
from
for more
adrenaline,
reactant.
in which your training does not cover.
Correct.
Right? So, for all of the people out there that are listening to us and having this wonderful debate,
What a
doesn't matter
waste.
what weapon. And the first time you get in a gunfight, I would probably say that you're going to maybe hit your target twice out of the 6 round that you have in your magazine. If you have 10 rounds in your magazine, you just increased your odds.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's provided they can remember to at least look at what they're shooting at.
Exactly. Right?
And not close their eyes and do a blind night fire.
Finish your mission
Right,
to
right.
find out what's inside.
Let's keep the front. I don't care where the back sights are. Okay, I really don't. I don't care where the back sights are. Let's keep the front sight on the target. Okay. And just make sure that your eyes are open when you're squeezing the trigger.
Yeah.
Right. Both of them, not just one.
Out of my way.
Yeah, unless you're using a sniper rifle optic, both eyes
Right.
open.
Both eyes open. Right. Because you never know who's going to be trying to hit you from the side.
Well, that and they're not designed to be shot accurately with one eye closed.
Exactly.
That's a Hollywood thing.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Those are the key words, right? So let's look at the United States Department of Justice has wonderful things called statistics, right? So we call it the 7-step rule in training. You guys might call it something different. 21
The
feet.
Prime Vanguard,
98% of the
pride of
gunfights that
empire.
happen in the United States
And
happen
the
within
end of it.
7 to 21
Hell of
feet.
a thing.
They last no longer than 6 seconds.
By the glory and wisdom of the Seven, yada
That's-
yada yada.
A realistic approach, right? In our situations within 7 to 21 feet, if I'm going to engage someone and my sidearm is holstered within 7 to 21 feet, I'm going to use my knife. You have better odds.
Yeah, I'm shoulder checking you and then emptying your abdomen.
Right.
I will disembowel you before I let go of you at that range.
Exactly. Right. So most people don't realize that within that 21 feet, you're actually at a disadvantage to someone with a qualified trained hand.
Airlock. Find and free the captive. Void fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury? A fisher. Defend
It
yourself.
kind of
Use reactant to
makes
open
me
relics.
think twice about,
It will only attack when it senses high concentrations of infested blood. Slow the
you know,
fight
the
if you
training
want
that
it
we
to
put
go
out to the
away.
other people, the guards,
They're dropping reactant.
you know,
Use it to crack
the
open
off-duty
relic.
cop, the
You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that
guys
relic.
that haven't been through anything that other than basic, you know.
Stay focused. There's
I mean,
a
let's
heavy unit
let's
approaching.
really think about that for a second. So you go in, you do your 4 years, you come out, you apply it to
This sort of behavior
any
is
of your
highly
police departments. You
unusual.
go through their standard training, which really isn't much more than
Here comes
basic.
the juggernaut.
And at that point, you really still don't know how to shoot.
That's true.
You know, and that's kind of what scares me.
Well
You
done,
know,
Colonel.
is we
Your
actually
relic
need
is opened.
more of that training within our 18 to 25-year-olds that are.
Well, the issue there isn't the training. The issue is fear of doing your job.
Correct.
There's too much consequence for people
Beware,
doing their
those
job.
lasers are linked to the
So
poison
therefore,
nodes
people
growing
who
on the
even do
airlocks.
have that training
Contact with the lasers
simply
will
just
put our
don't do
operative
their
in
job
immediate
because
peril.
they're afraid of a
Bypass
consequence.
complete. You may proceed.
Rather than just doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing and that they were trained to do. The consequence of getting in trouble scares them more than surviving
You're dead, Tenno. Let's
or dying.
You located the
Well,
operative.
unfortunately,
Make sure
that's
they get to
usually the
extraction
case that they
alive.
face. You know,
I
that
remember this
and just like
being
what we
more of a
talked about
challenge.
before, and you had mentioned, that hesitation will get you killed quick.
Every time. Yep. That's why I don't deal in non-lethal. I only take jobs where it's 100% lethal.
Unworthy have
Yep.
no future.
And it's absolute. If it's not absolute, you called the wrong guy. What? What was that saying? It was, if you don't want it to be a warning for generations to come, don't contact me.
There you go.
They've got me. Tenno, help.
Look at
Not even a challenge for my conscience.
look at Vinegar Joe's stance across the Pacific. Right? And he was just a logistics guy.
This fucking piece of shit. I literally just stood you up. What the fuck? How do you go down in the same exact spot that I literally just revived you from? There's not even enemies near you. Holy fuck.
What?
Yep. Fucking hostage went down, so I went back and I revived him. There was some enemies behind him. I killed all of them. And then left. And he went down in the same exact fucking spot. With no enemies yet. The enemies hadn't caught back up to him yet.
Toxin?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't... Like I said, I killed all the enemies when he went down the first time. And there we go. I got all the pieces I needed.
Nice.
So now I have a Navara Prime. cooking. And dinner is ready. So we're gonna
Awesome.
I'm gonna go eat some dinner. So
10-4. I think we're gonna go for. Are we going for a walk? Okay. Yep.
I know
So-
we're going for a walk after dinner too. So
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna watch
What's
some
for dinner?
Terminator. I don't know. I'm about to be surprised. But I know I'm gonna watch some Terminator after that with my daughter, and then I'll probably come back and I don't know if I'm gonna do Warframe or if I'm gonna do Far Cry, but I might stream some more later. I know Pixie's planning on streaming later tonight too, so
Yeah. I'll jump on and we'll go for our walk here, and we're gonna have Asian food tonight. So a little stir fry this and some chicken that,
all right. Well,
and I'll see you on the flip side.
yep. All right. See ya. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I'll catch you all in the future. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe and like button.